Oh, for hell's sake, Godbrand, I'm not going to... Oh. I thought you were someone else. I don't believe we've formally met. But you were in the hall earlier today, when I arrived. Were you not? I am Carmilla, of Styria. You know. I made a bit of an entrance, didn't I? Go on then. Do tell me your name. A pleasure. I thought you were Godbrand. He's the particularly ugly one, with a big mouth and a tiny little brain. God, I knew exactly what to expect when I showed up at Dracula's castle. And yet, I still find myself disappointed. Well, what is it then? You've entered my chambers, alone, in the midst of a vampire war against the world. You must need something from me. What's this? This is for me. And from where did you procure this? Misappropriated from Lord Dracula's own stores. Where did you come from again? If I had had one more sip of pig blood, I would have murdered everyone myself. All right. You have my attention. Did my little speech in the hall earlier impress you then? I see. I thought the entirety of Dracula's war council was altogether brainless. But you're new. If you don't mind me asking, when were you turned? Well, aren't you just a darling? So recent. You might even remember what it was like to be human. It was centuries ago for me. I don't remember a thing. But here you are, invited to Lord Dracula's castle. How curious. Here. To us, the only ones with more than one brain cell in this entire castle. So tell me, what do you think? What do you think of Dracula's grand war against the world? All humans are to be destroyed. He's made that terribly clear. That's right. Seems a bit excessive, don't you think? If all the humans are killed, what will be left for us? And all of this over the death of his human wife. He's throwing the world's biggest fit because they killed his pet. Tell me, why didn't Dracula turn his wife? They married, they had a child, and yet he did not make her a vampire. She was murdered by other stupid humans, and now vampire society is expected to eradicate every last human over it. So you agree? Well, I'm only sorry it took me so long to get here then. You must have been appalled when you first arrived weeks ago. I can promise you, there are a few of us who know what we're doing. You must meet my sisters. No, not by blood. The four of us who run Styria, darling. I can assure you that I was a bit preoccupied addressing my own headaches when I got the call. The wolf people from the north, the armies from the west, and every other bastard coming for us. But when I asked for help, what did the rest of the vampire world say? Bloody women, they said. Let them die, they said. When Dracula has a tantrum and asks for every powerful vampire to come fight his war against livestock, oh, we must come. Dracula has it all. The strength, the intelligence, the power to command every last one of us. And yet, he disappoints. This entire operation is a sick joke. I come here to meet with the leader of our nation. And what do I find? A mad, cruel old man. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. And I'm not going to be dictated by mad, cruel old men anymore. I can tell you, I didn't come here looking for an apprentice of any sort. But I can see, unlike the other posturing man-children, and the few women around here too paralyzed by sheer rage to do anything, you have ambition. You knocked on my door, did you not? I need to write to my sisters. It's what I was doing when you walked in. I'm telling them about my plan. My plan to overthrow Dracula and take what is rightfully mine. Will you join me? You can't be afraid now. You came to me. What exactly were you hoping to find? Look around. Lord Dracula is already dead. He doesn't care what happens to himself, let alone any of us. Will you follow the human forge masters he has directing all his next moves? Or shall I tell my sisters that one will be accompanying me back home when all this is over, with great honor? Splendid. The end of this war will be merciful. Morana, Striga, and Lenore will be delighted to meet you. Speaking of forge masters, one of them, Hector, full of notes. His creatures of the night he makes for Dracula. I believe he could be quite useful to us. And that's where you may prove incredibly beneficial. You're charming. I'll give you that. Although, you don't have to try so hard to look frightening. You won't scare anyone here. Your prettiness is far more advantageous than you think. If you could go speak to Hector, captivate his attention. He's a young human after all, and you're not so far removed as I am from all of that. He claims himself loyal to Dracula, but we all know how that goes, don't we? He'll clean you up. You'll go to his chambers, as you did mine, and you can tell him you found this. I don't think it's something he would want to lose. It contains a list of all of the members of Dracula's army he's creating. In this list, a bishop. Fascinating. Were you aggressive when they attacked? I can imagine it was quite the bloodbath. It doesn't seem like they cleared it out. A master plan to eradicate an entire species, and they immediately fail in an insignificant town. We can't go like this. Hold still. I'm sure you've heard the rumors. It seems nobody cares but me. Dracula's son, Alucard, slept under Gresham and is now awake. Not only that, but he is said to be accompanied by a sorcerer and a Belmont. Belmont? I thought they were extinct. A precious family of vampire hunters. If there's a Belmont left alive, there may be access to the Belmont family trove and weapons and magical materials used to hunt us centuries. And now, we have one coming for us, with his consecrated whips and God knows what else. And what do you have to fight with? How quaint. My darling, I hesitate to assure you that you would survive an attack from a Belmont, even if he is the last of them. You need me. It was smart of you to come here. Put this on. It will make you look more illustrious. Do you like it? I think it will suit you. Yeah. Come on. There you are. Good. Let me help. Perfect. You will go to Hector. Return his lost book. And just spend some time with him. We're all dreadfully lonely. They pretend not to be. God forbid anyone in this castle addresses their feelings. Maybe then we wouldn't waste so much time on a suicide mission, and we could work on what's important. Like the fact that Dracula is supposed to have plans to be able to create an endless night for us all. Imagine that. That would be too valuable. No. Dracula says, let's use my magnificent moving castle to flit about Wallachia and cry about my dead wife. It's a miracle I found you at all, actually. Quite impressive that a fortress of this size can disappear at his whim. Well, if he's going to keep moving us around, I know where we must go next. I have a plan. I travelled without my cartographers, so you'll have to use a bit of your imagination. Dracula must have maps lying around here somewhere, but I haven't gotten my hands on any yet. If we want to topple Dracula, we must get rid of his army. I wouldn't rush to fight him head on, but he seems weaker. Have you seen him feed since you arrived? I knew it. His reign is over. He's giving it up himself, just waiting for someone to take it. And that's why we're not staying here or going to ARGH. Targoishta, Gresham. Where would you go next? Don't be shy. You'll learn. We must have the castle move to Braila. Here. This is where Dracula's castle needs to go. Where it will go. Braila is the biggest river port town in the region, which means, by taking it, we prevent escape from Wallachia. It's perfectly logical to suggest such an attack. There will be protests, however, because all of the vampires here will be afraid of getting wet. Direct sunlight and driving a stake through our hearts are always a concern for us. But let's not forget about holy items. And in a port town like Braila, holy water. We'll have to make it ourselves, of course. More than you or I have ever seen in our lives. I'm glad you asked. That's where the bishop comes in, of course. Did you know it's the very same bishop who thought it was a good idea to burn Dracula's wife at the stake? Oh, he's dead. Very dead. But Hector will prove he does have some modicum of use yet. If he can bring the bishop back to us as a night creature, it is he who will sanctify all of the water when we arrive. And then, when all of these stupid bastards of the Vampire War Council descend upon Braila, another night of slaughtering humans left and right ahead of them, they will be plunged into the water, and I will kill them, and all of Dracula's soldiers, myself. And then no one will be in my way. I can go back to Styria, back to my sisters, and I will have what is rightfully mine. Why, the world. This world belongs to me. because the likes of Dracula, and everyone around him, never know what to do with it. I take things away from stupid, evil old men. That's what I do. I've always done it. They deserve to lose everything. And I deserve to have all their stuff. Will I be happy when I've done that? I don't know. I don't know if I even care. But I will have everything that they had. And they will all be dead. God, Brand, I can smell him coming before I can even hear him. His stench is stronger than the night hordes. Will you go to Hector tonight? Take this and tell Godbrand I'm not here. Good luck, little vampire. Make me proud. I win.